Okay guys, so thanks for joining me again, talking about how to get sponsors for YouTube and for your upcoming fishing seasons. Let's get into it. In this segment, I really want to talk about building your network. Now there's a lot to do for this, but these companies are truly hungry for social media content. Imagine this, if a company was trying to promote something and all they did was just show this one single photo all the time. That would be really boring. That really wouldn't energize people towards purchasing their product or getting excited about their product. So and with all the different social media platforms out there, if they don't constantly throw something up, the average attention span for most viewers is about 8 seconds. So if you're not constantly changing, throwing different things up, staying relevant, you're gonna get left behind. So these companies are very hungry for social media content. That was actually something that Chad Hoover and Gene Jensen really brought to my attention, and I used that to my advantage with one of my sponsors, and with somebody who had a product that I really wanted. It allowed me to identify what I could do for them. They weren't necessarily interested in YouTube content. What they were interested in was high resolution digital photography, which if you have a very nice 4K resolution camera or even a DSLR, you can produce that. So you can go to the table right now knowing that they need social media, they need content, and they need videos, they need photos, all sorts of content for their product. So building your network. How do you build your network? Well, guys, that's pretty simple. You got to get out there. You got to go to tournaments. You got to get your name out there. You got to start a YouTube channel if that's what you want to do and that's how you want to represent their product. But there are so many other social media platforms that you can use. There's Pinterest, there's StumbleUpon, there's Reddit, there's of course Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. So what you need to do is right now go out there, start building your persona, build your brand on those platforms, and that'll allow you to build your network. And once you've built that network, you'll have actually quantifiable numbers to support some of the latter steps that we mentioned in the 7 steps, because the next step that's coming up is knowing your value, knowing how much influence you have, how many people you can reach, how many minutes you have watched, the different demographics and regions for which your videos are actually, or your subscribers or your friends and followers are in or at. So, you'll need to build that network in order to get to the next step, which that next step is going to be knowing your value. Now, as an influencer, there are different levels of influencers. YouTubers, even Gene Jensen and your Chad Hoovers, we're all micro influencers, even though, Chad has a TV show, Gene has a great, YouTube instructional channel. We're all still micro influencers. Your Kim Kardashians and all your big names, those are going to be your larger influencers, but they're also very costly. So that's what people like us and you bring to the table, is that micro influencers are going to be the next generation of product sponsor and influencers for the next decade or so. So you have a very powerful tool in your toolbox to promote yourself. And guys, it doesn't matter if you've got 50 subscribers or you've got 10,000 or 100,000, you can be sponsored on YouTube. There are websites like nationalprostaff.com to where you can go on and interact, and that are already looking for people to sponsors and pro staff with pro staff positions. So you're going to need to build that network, know your reach, know how much of an influencer you can be. Let's face it, here I am trucking along, maybe getting to 2,000 subscribers here pretty soon. I'm not going to be at the same level as a Gene Jensen or a Chad Hoover or a John B or some of the Guggen Squad guys. But, you know, hey, I'm just doing this for fun. I like making videos. I'll just keep just hammering away. I'll be Mr. Consistent. Just keep, you know, plugging things out and, you know, keep gaining subscribers here and there. And so I know my value, and even I can bring that in a resume when I compile that and send that to a company. I can put all of those stats down, like this is my watch time, these are how many subs I've got, these are my YouTube followers, these are my Instagram followers, these are my Facebook followers, this is how many people I can influence, how many people I can reach and deliver a message for their product. And again, they're hungry, and they're not just hungry for video, they're hungry for all kinds of digital content. So realize what you can bring to the table, package that up into a nice ball, and that's what we're going to talk about coming up next. And the next video is going to be talking about making your pitch. So before I leave this video, I want to give you one other prime example about this and about building your network and knowing your value that really hit home with me. And that was a recent video that Chad Hoover did. And in that video, he spoke about reaching out to Lose. And if you don't know who Lose is, then, you know, they're a phenomenal reel company, fishing company, rod company, make phenomenal products, and Chad uses their products. Now Chad, being a micro influencer, but a very big micro influencer, you know, it was really, I don't want to say great to see, but I was glad that he showed the fact that he reached out to this company and this company actually turned him down. Now, again, I don't know what he was trying to come to them with, again, because he knows his value and his level. So, you know, at that level, there's actually a cash money type situation that can be involved in those negotiations. So, you know, someone like me, like you, yourself, we could probably get promo staff type positions on there, represent them, and, you know, get discounted products if we wanted to. But when, you know, it was, I hate saying it was good to see, but I was just glad that he shared that experience in that he approached them and they turned him down. So you really need to understand and know your value, and so you can't be just going straight to Daiwa or to, you know, Ranger boats and being like, well, you know, I done went out there and won local tournament, and I ain't got no social media presence, or, you know, but I really like your product and I really want to represent it. You know, it's not going to be one of the things that company is going to want to hear. They're going to want to be able to hear that you got a certain amount of reach. You can, you know, tap this many people at any time. Anytime you release a video, anytime you make a post, you know, so you really need to ball that up, group that into a nice resume, into a nice format when you approach them and make your pitch, which again is what we're going to talk about in our next video. So stay tuned. Hope to see you guys again. Please click that subscribe button. Make sure you click that darn bell that they got to go with it. And y'all have a good one. Wow, that took a whole minute. Pile that resume, what you're bringing. Ooh, have some chips and salsa. It's hurting me.